Can't believe I'm out of fucking whiskey and I gotta drink rum. Fucking bullshit. Ladies and gents, on October 7th, 2023, at 6:30 a.m., air raid sirens started sounding as about 2,200 rockets entered southern and central Israel, headed towards Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, fired by Hamas militants. Armed Hamas soldiers, most on motorcycles, were then caught on video storming and raiding blocked areas, firing at and slaughtering citizens in small towns. Videos then captured Hamas militants taking thousands of hostages, including mothers, small children, and the elderly, and taking them across the Gaza border. Shortly after the attack ended, Mohammed Deif, commander-in-chief of Hamas's military, released a video claiming responsibility for the attack. Israel was now at war. Why am I bringing this up? Well, before I answer that, I have to discuss something Israel did recently. After the October attack, Israel declared war on both Hamas and Hezbollah and promised not to stop until both are completely annihilated. The night of July 30th, 2024, Israel launched an airstrike on Fuad Shakur, Hezbollah's commander, unaliving him in Beirut, Lebanon. Less than 24 hours later, Hamas's political chief Ismail Haniyeh was sent to the great terrorist training ground in the sky. This happening in Tehran, Iran. While Iran claims a short-range projectile weapon fired from outside his guest house was responsible for his death, it has since been proven that about a month prior, a bomb was smuggled into his guest house, triggered while he was there, and that resulted in him seeing Allah. So of course, Iran, who has been mad at Israel since Iran's Islamic Revolution of 1979, is livid. But who cares? Iran can kick rocks. They've given Hamas financial and military aid and military training since the early 90s, and the same with Hezbollah since the early 80s. I don't know about you, but supporting cowardly pussy... terrorists who attack civilians and then hide behind women and children isn't quite the flex that you think it is. I'm going to go off script here. I usually write a script to keep my videos on track and to stay on point, but this whole thing it ruffles all my feathers. So I'm going to throw some numbers at you. 1,200 killed, 251 hostages, all non-militant. I shouldn't have to tell you that if you can't attack military targets and you go for innocent civilians, you're not a hero, you're a fucking bitch. Back on track. Iran has also stated, and I quote, "We do not care if it sparks a war." Iran, who is close to having, but does not actually have yet, nukes, doesn't care if it sparks a war with Israel, who has never admitted to, but like the entire world is 99.9% sure, actually has nukes. Because Iran. But it gets even worse. Or better. I'm not quite sure yet. April 1st, Israel bombs an Iranian embassy in Damascus, Syria. And I say embassy because there's conflicting reports that it wasn't the Iranian embassy, but actually an IRGC building next door or an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps building. IRGC being designated a terror organization by the US. The attack happened because two Iranian generals who helped coordinate the October 7th attack happened to be there. In response, on April 13th, Iran's IRGC, Lebanese Hezbollah, and Ansar al-Houthis launched a retaliatory attack. This attack was absolutely laughable, but not by size. Oh no, we're laughing at the results. And Iran's statement after the fact is just the icing on the fucking cake. Few of these 300 drones, rockets, and missiles actually reached their targets, and they caused minimal damage. The next comical thing in this is Iran claimed to damage several Israeli bases and used footage to back it up. The videos? They were eventually geolocated to be from Chilean wildfires. Absolutely fucking comical in my opinion. And then of course Iran then claimed that the entire thing was a success. Didn't realize George W. Bush moved to Iran. But I'm not done talking shit yet. This supposed attack was literally a turkey shoot from many countries. The US, United Kingdom, France, and even Jordan were well aware of the impending attack and sat around waiting like Florida man waiting for a chance to shoot down the Chinese spy balloon. Man, I'm gonna have to do a video on that next. This entire debacle is absolutely laughable. We saw them prepping, we saw them shoot, and we shot them down like a couple of rednecks on a duck hunt. Carrier pigeons could have gotten the missiles there quicker. Paul Revere did his midnight ride in a fifth of the time it took for the missiles to arrive in Israel. No, I am not over-exaggerating. I looked this shit up. Historical documents say the estimated time of his ride was around 20 minutes. These missiles took anywhere from 30 minutes to a fucking hour to reach Israel. This means our boy Paul had enough time to warn the British are coming, and still have enough time to have a brewski or two with the boys. But what do you expect? It's the Iranian fucking Air Force. There's a reason the president got smeared on the side of a mountain. I mean, Israel had an extra-atmospheric intercept with a missile during this attack. In American education system terms, that's outer fucking space. Israel shot down a missile from outer space. I mean, America did it first in the mid-80s, but who's counting? To get back on track, Iran says, "Silence! I drill you!" Israel says, "You killed my father. Prepare to die." I mean, the jokes are basically writing themselves at this point. Iran threatens to escalate because Israel knocks off a couple of their terrorist leader buddies, and Iran goes full Greta Thunberg. So here we are, an attack against Israel is an if, it's imminent. So what is the US's response? We move an entire aircraft carrier strike group and a fuck ton of F-22s into the region. Let me break that down for you. We moved the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, the destroyers USS Fitzgerald, USS Gridley, USS Sampson, and USS Bruins into the region, along with a butt ton of F-22s. You know, the ones who were unimpressed by the Iranian F-4s in 2013, so they said, and I quote, "You should go home now." So of course, now Iran says, "Oh, we do not want to start a regional war, we just want to punish Israel." Now come the multicolored hair Mad Hatters in the comments. "Oh, we're defending Israel's genocide in Gaza, womp womp womp." Well, yeah, they're our ally whose sovereign borders weren't just disrespected, the cowards attacked innocent, non-militant civilians. I'm not saying I agree with how they're handling the situation, I'm just saying I understand. People on the other side of the argument, "Oh no, we'd never overreact to an attack." Motherfuckers, Japan touched a couple of our boats in World War II, and we showed them what the rising sun looked like. Twice. Man, I know my grandfather is looking down on me proudly for that line. "Oh, that was 80 years ago. We've calmed down now." Oh, bless your hearts. You must have forgotten about Conoco Fields, where we called Russia and said, "Hey, you guys are shooting at our guys. Knock it off." Russia said, "Oh, we have no Russians in that area." To which we responded, "Okay," and then proceeded to spend the next 8 hours deleting the topography they were on, and then called Russia back saying, "Hey, want to say sorry. Our bad. You were right. There's no Russians over there anymore." If you think we aren't there waiting for a chance to fuck shit up, the American education system is failing, even for its own standards. And Israel isn't shook about this at all either. They literally said, "We're ready defensively and offensively," which basically translates to, "I wish a motherfucker would." God, they're just basically Middle Eastern Poland. In conclusion, Iran is basically going to embarrass itself again. Israel is probably going to start World War III, and a bunch of left and right-leaning Americans with a shit ton of pent-up rage and anger are eventually going to be drafted, given a bunch of modern military guns, and basically be told, "Go get 'em, Tiger." I feel like in the coming months there's a slight chance we're about to unlock a whole lot of war crimes and a bunch of safe spaces. As always, folks, stay classy. Make sure to like and subscribe because kids are fucking expensive. If you have ideas for topics I should cover in future videos, drop them in the comments. Have a good and all. Peace! I don't even know if I should put these types of videos on my channel anymore. I mean, my gaming and racing videos are all a bunch of rabid fails, but the military is anything but. I mean, I swear, it's like DJ Khaled is their fucking spokesperson. All they do is win, 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 no matter what.